and welcome to Interculture Podcast. This is Ibrahim.
And I'm Jenna.
We are here again this week. Today's topic is beauty standards. As the beauty of the show, I think you should start.
Well, what's new this week? Any silver linings? Any bright spots from the last week?
Yeah, I think Trump is in New York and he's getting arrested. Multiple felonies.
Yeah.
So the news were all about it for the last couple of days.
Did you go down there? By the courthouse?
I passed by it, and
I did not.
At the end of the day, he's still a celebrity, and then he's well known. I saw his private jet landing on LaGuardia. I mean, who could have done that? Even if you become a millionaire at the second, even if you can afford a private jet, you or me, there's no way we could land our jet in fucking LaGuardia, you know?
Well, he's a former president. Come on. Of course he can land at LaGuardia. This is so horrible, but I watched a video of him coming out of the car and waving at people. I was kind of like, oh my God, there he is. He's a celebrity, you know?
Those kind of guys, they always like to be in the eyes of other people as long as...
Yeah. Well, they were talking about how they were hoping he would get a mugshot because they want to put it on merchandise to sell.
Yeah, I think he didn't get a mugshot.
He didn't, no. He got his only fingerprints, so I guess the base is going to be disappointed. They can't get a little bumper sticker or t-shirt with Trump's mugshot on it.
That would be something.
Mugshots are fun. Everyone loves a mugshot. Come on. But I guess they're trying to do things where they're not letting Trump have any satisfaction with this trial. They're trying to not give him the media circus that he wants. But I mean, people are still stunned. And I'm just is it a big deal? I don't know.
He's going to get away with it some way.
That's how I feel. I feel like
he's just going to pay them off, or even though he goes to prison, he's going to go to some sort of a luxury prison.
I just don't see him going to prison. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, neither do I.
You're not used to seeing those fancy billionaire guys going to jail. I'm a little disappointed in the Trump base, though, because they didn't really show out to New York. There's just been a couple of them hanging out. Nothing interesting to see out there. Just a bunch of cameras in front of the courthouse.
There's a lot of cameras and a lot of people who recently got Botox. All of the reports seems really different from everyday normal people. I don't know, because of the makeup or because of how they dress.
Who?
People who talk to you in front of the camera in these big channels and stuff.
They're on TV for a living. Of course they're gonna
I know, I'm not saying it's unnatural. It just seems too different. It seems they're a more some sort of upgraded looking.
I don't know what you're talking about. They look normal to me, but
I don't know.
They look more normal than half the people on Instagram, that's for sure. I saw a video on Reddit the other day that was claiming this girl got a bunch of surgeries to alter her face. And then they showed the before and then they showed the after. And it was just a weird filter. And everyone thought it was real. I'm that's a filter. That's not even real plastic surgery, you know? But nobody could tell. I think that's wild.
Yeah, that's... Speaking of plastic surgery, everybody's flying to Turkey to get hair transplant or plastic surgery or nose job.
Not in America. We're going to Mexico.
No, there's a lot of people who goes to Turkey also.
I know, but our American listeners aren't going on to fly to Turkey, I'll tell you that. People in Europe I hear about all the time, especially nose jobs going to Turkey. But I think people in America go down south, Central America or South America for their surgeries. But it's always going to be in a country with a nice exchange rate, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But there is some serious concerns about it. It's some sort of a dice game, rolling the dice, trying to find the best possible care.
Well, geez. Everyone wants to look like somebody else. In the East, people want to make their skin lighter, but in the West, everyone wants a tan. One day you want to be rail thin, skinny. The next day you want to get a Brazilian butt implant. Eventually, people are just going to realize that everyone's beautiful in their own way and stop trying to look like someone else.
Well, I'd like to take care of myself.
I know. Don't mean that in a creepy way. Just you talk about your skincare routine a lot and how you're trying to fix your diet and everything.
Yeah, I like to take care of my skin. I think every guy should try it at least once in their life.
Yeah, skincare stuff is expensive. I kind of do a cheaper route because I don't think you're really, unless you're spending outrageous sums of money, I don't think it's that worth it to spend $50 as opposed to like $15 on stuff, you know? Like, I don't think there's a huge benefit until you're spending like, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I could be wrong though. A lot of people use, you know, really fancy like oils and stuff. I just use olive oil, like out of the cabinet.
Those people are gonna be like, oh, look at this, like
peasant,
medieval time. A girl who lives in medieval times. Well, when it comes to beauty standards, there's always an industrialization behind it. So I think industrialization shapes the beauty standards over the time. I even like had many days that I was like really unpleased the shape of my nose. I would even like thousands of times to get a nose job for myself.
Don't get a nose job.
I don't like the shape of my nose. I still don't like it.
Well, I guess you can get a nose job, but I don't think you need one.
Thank you. That was flattering, but
a lot of guys from Turkey get nose jobs, and this is gonna sound super mean. One of the guys, I love a lot of the nose types from the Middle East that people usually have. I don't know what that's called.
Really? Do you like this? This long?
I like Memo's better than yours, actually. Sorry.
Memo's nose is nice.
Memo has a beautiful nose. Yeah. No, but a lot of guys in Turkey, they do get, and women, of course, get nose jobs. And I wish they wouldn't, because I think it looks nice naturally. And yeah, there's a friend of ours. It's going to sound super mean, but he got a nose job. I saw his new nose and it looks so stupid to me. Like, it looks like you just planted like a Western, like white person's nose on a Middle Eastern guy's face. Like, it didn't look right. You know what I mean? It looked weird.
I know what you mean.
And I was like, what?
That's what I'm afraid of, actually, to get, if I get one, like, it's going to look like that.
I was like, what are you doing, bro? You had a beautiful nose.
Who is it?
I'm not going to tell you.
Do I know him?
Maybe. It's going to be mean if you know who it is. So don't say anything. But I was like, oh my God, huge mistake.
There's like really limited people that me and you both know. So I have a huge, strong guess who it might be.
Well, don't say it because then it's going to be mean.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it.
But, you know, okay, I understand. Like, if you want a nose job, get a nose job. It's fine. I just think don't get plastic surgery because you think that's what other people like. You know, don't get it because you're trying to please other people. Get it because you want to change how you look and that would make you happy. I think that's the problem with it, is people change their body so much to fit a standard because that's what they think other people are going to like. And that's going to make you so unhappy in the end. You should just make your appearance the way you want it to be. And if you can't change it, then just whatever. It's not my favorite thing, but who gives a fuck? Surgery's out of reach for a lot of people. It's expensive. So I say, you know, if you can't afford it, it's fine. It's not the end of the world to have a feature you don't like. But I think nowadays our society is telling you to look at every single part of your body and find a fault with it. Even more so for women. But I also have an issue with the way women demand like men on dating apps, like to be over 6 feet. I'm sure you've seen this. Come on. You must have.
Yeah.
And it just grosses me out. You don't put on a dating app, I want to date this ethnicity. It just seems so fucked up, like the way you're born.
Seen anything like that, but okay.
But I know that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying like that's the way you're born. Your height is like how you're born. And being like, I only accept this. It's like so gross to me.
Well, there's a primal instinct to it. So I think.
Yeah, but as human beings, we're trying to go above primal instincts, Evo.
Possible mate.
It's just a fucking trend. It's not like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also don't get it. And, maybe I'm biased because I am not with a guy who's above 6 feet for sure. But why do you want to have to like get a step stool to kiss your partner? Like, why do you want someone that tall? They're going to be leaning down over you like a giant every time they want to kiss you. Like, sounds horrible. You're going to give them scoliosis over the years, leaning down to kiss your lips. It's ridiculous. I don't want to carry a stepladder around. I want someone whose lips are accessible to me. That's my only thing. I don't get the above 6 foot thing. Of course, if you like that, then like it. But don't be like, I only date men above 6 foot. No one gives a fuck. Okay, sorry.
There was a lot of aggression over there.
I think it's so mean.
Yeah.
More people should just be looking for what's on the inside than on the outside.
That's a huge lie.
Tale as old as time, but
That's a huge lie, that dating apps making that more about appearance all the time.
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying our society's too obsessed with looks. It doesn't fucking matter. You all get old and wrinkle up eventually anyway.
Especially after 65.
Well, I'm not looking at specific ages here. I'm just saying our society's so obsessed. If you're going to have a hookup for one night, sure, go after someone who's attractive. That's fine. But like, if you're looking for a partnership, you can't put so much stock in looks. Looks fade.
Jenna Lefford, ladies and gentlemen, in the house.
The house? What?
In the house.
In the house?
You're on fire.
Oh. I don't know. Obviously, you should marry someone you're attracted to. But it's the obsession with appearances. Need to have all these brand name clothing, look a certain way, polished and perfect. And if you don't meet all these criteria, you're not desirable to partners. I'm just trying to exist in the world. I feel like if you want to meet a beauty standard, your whole life has to revolve around it. There's so many things for women now. Taking care of body hair, makeup, skincare, working out, having perfect nails, fake eyelashes, and like getting your brows fixed. There's just so many like ridiculous things. I feel like if I paid attention to all the beauty standards, like I would never have time to live my life, It'd just be nonstop plucking and I don't know.
Plucking takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Sorry, sis.
I don't want to waste my time and my money like putting on all this makeup and trying to make myself look flawless or whatever. I'm just like, I just don't care. I just can't bring myself to care,
That's a good thing, actually. I never thought it that way. I mean, I thought about it, but even personally myself, I do these every day.
You do what every day?
I can go out without like sunscreen.
Well,
especially
sunscreen is healthy.
No, I do it because it gives me a like more radiant look.
That's fine though. I used to like never go places without makeup. It would be unthinkable for me to go outside without makeup on. And now I do. Sometimes I don't like the way I look, but I'll still go out without makeup. Oh my God. The neighbor, they got a new pit bull.
Another dog?
I think they have 4 dogs now.
I mean, they live in such a small apartment. How do they live with all the dogs in one place?
They're fucking psychopaths. I don't know. There's something wrong with them. Pit bulls are very high energy demand dogs too. Like, and you have 3 other dogs in that one small apartment. They're psychos. That's all I can come up with is they're complete psychopaths.
That dogs are fucked up. I'm telling you. They are not mentally stable.
Anyway, I'm going to go back to the topic now. I'm sorry for distracting us.
Even dogs have beauty standards nowadays. I'm seeing a lot of dog barbers in the neighborhood.
Well, people love their dogs.
Grooming, like washing, and...
I'm not going to talk about dogs anymore. I feel in our society, though, things are becoming even more looks obsessive. I guess it's with social media, right? Like that's the whole, because before it was like magazines, and that was quite a lot. I mean, when I was growing up was kind of the worst time for celebrity magazines. You know, there was the heroin chic thing and obsession with what models were eating and how thin they were or how fat they were getting. And now social media is weird. There's body positive movements, but also so many Instagram models, so many things swirling around, but it's all about looks. I feel like our society's more obsessed with looks now than ever before.
Yeah, that's why there's a lot of gym memberships going around.
Going to the gym is healthy.
It's healthy, but it's not about your health. It's all about the prestige and the look.
What about like guys on gear, you know, testosterone, steroids, that kind of stuff?
I think
that's like extremely common now.
Yeah, that's how they get really big. You cannot get that much big eating 20 eggs in a day.
This research study I looked at, they were tracking muscle growth for different populations. There was the control group. They weren't working out and they weren't taking steroids. Then people not working out, but taking steroids. People working out, not taking steroids, and then people working out with steroids. So obviously the people working out and taking steroids had huge explosive muscle growth.
Yeah.
But number 2 most muscle gained was the people not working out, but taking steroids. You can gain more muscle sitting on your ass taking steroids than working out really hard.
Yeah.
And it's just so insane how powerful those drugs are. But they can also fuck you up and you can die of a heart attack by age 45. And they also say like guys go bald taking steroids and
yeah, steroids makes you bald. I mean, eventually.
That's what I keep hearing. I guess that's kind of anecdotal.
That's why I'm not taking it.
You shouldn't take it. It's bad for you. It's bad for like your liver. It's bad for your heart.
There are some serious studies about making the least unhealthy steroids right now. Like, of course, you have to pay the premium. Like, you have to pay the top dollar for it.
It's still affecting your hormones, though. I mean, it affects people's ability to have children, too. There's no drugs without side effects.
Yeah.
And those can be really dangerous. But it's like so common. Most people like working out at the very least are taking like huge protein supplements, you know. It's pretty bad to me that there's this standard for men too, which is super fit and like have these huge muscles. If you look at guys like in the movies, superhero movies or whatever, like they don't look like that normally. That's them taking testosterone at the very least, if nothing else. And also before shooting a scene with their shirt off, they like don't eat or drink water all day to like make their muscle show. You know, like they don't normally look like, but nobody realizes that. Well, at least young kids don't when they look and they're like, oh, this is how men look. It's just as dangerous for men, all these weird standards. And it's negatively impacting their sense of self.
I still buy like the protein powders to help me gain weight. I mean, not occasionally, but I still do. When I go to a pharmacy, I still go to the section of the natural soaps or the natural oils or like some moisturizing creams. I couldn't help myself the other day when I went to like local like neighborhood pharmacy and then Lacaton soap catch my eye. I had to buy it. Paid like $10 for it.
It's not even that much these days either.
No, I cannot use it because it's luxurious brand. I don't want to like spend it. I don't want to get it wet, so.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that the Kardashians are now getting rid of their implants and like slimming down a lot?
I have no idea. I don't know. I do not follow.
Well, okay, I'm not surprised. But I mean, for a long time, they were getting huge implants, you know, like breast implants and butt implants. And you can see now they're all kind of slimming down. They're going back, and they're the trendsetters. So that's what's going to happen. But you can see now, like, Kim Kardashian, I mean, her breasts are like smaller now. You can compare videos and her butt is smaller. They got them removed. That's going to be the new trend, is going back to thin, less
That's
curvy.
A lot of surgeries.
Oh, well, God knows how many they've had, how many she's had. I have looked through like what surgeries she's gotten, and she got a lot more than I realized. You know, there's so many like little things, like she changed her hairline, like just so many little things that you don't even realize. But here's the thing though, it seems men don't really notice filters online or like surgeries either. They're just like, oh, that's great.
Yeah, I can still see the difference of natural photo and filtered photo.
You can't?
No, I cannot.
Well, if anyone wants to be able to see the difference, you just go on the subreddit called It's Instagram Reality, and they show the difference. Someone's natural picture and then like all the pictures they post online. If you go back, you can start to see, well, now it's like gotten so extreme, so it's obvious, but they'll show like, you know, where the filter ends on someone's face, or like wavy lines where they've edited their waist. Now there's this new filter, artificial intelligence filter, where it actually takes your face and the pixels that make up your face in the video or photo image, it changes the actual pixels. It doesn't just overlay like a mask type thing on top of your face. It actually changes your face pixel by pixel.
Wow. Sounds like an episode of some sort of sci-fi movie.
There's no glitches with it. You can't tell it's fake until someone turns it off. With traditional filters, there are, what's it called? Like artifacts where you can see a smoothing where something shouldn't be smooth, or a hair that's disappeared or something like that. But the new AI filters, they're not like that. And now
it's a free world.
And each day, the body filters get a little bit more sophisticated as well. If you see like an Instagram model,
It feels like some sort of a test.
a test,
Yeah, experiment.
are we getting closer to like the Ready Player One situation where we're all going to be sitting in these disgusting dark rooms and we're just going to be living in virtual reality?
Could be, yeah. I mean, I think these like huge tech tycoons, they use as guinea pigs, and we're giving them that. So I don't know. It's just something feels wrong.
I don't know about your theories, but
The more I spend in Instagram, the more I feel sad and the more I feel depressed.
I think everything is moving us towards depression. Maybe I'm just like chronically online, you know, but I feel like so many aspects of our society are just making people lonelier and more depressed. Putting the filter, like changing your entire appearance, that's just part of the alienation that's going on. Escaping into an imaginary body that doesn't really exist. I just feel like very concerned for the next generations that are growing up in this kind of society. I see people commenting like, in the future, everyone's going to have to wear virtual reality glasses and you're not going to know what anyone really looks like because they're going to like program how they're seen in virtual reality so you don't know like how they really look. I don't know. I think people are a little too attached to the physical form, but I'm sure that there are many, many people who wish they could go around being their avatar in real life. As time goes on, the standard of beauty gets higher and higher and less achievable. And that's just making it so that the way you are naturally is so, like, there's an acceptable way, quote unquote, to appear in public. Like, you need to be clean and clothed or whatever. But there's these expectations. And the further and further away the beauty standard gets, the higher and higher expectation is going to be. That's this whole theory about changing beauty standards is causing people to be less and less able to appear naturally. Before it was just makeup. And now it's oh, well, now you need to get Botox, surgery. So all of those things are starting to become like super commonplace and normal. And that is like taking us further and further away of just our natural human bodies. You could look at like old movie stars from like early Hollywood days and you see like they have wrinkles and they have like imperfection, but obviously they're beautiful. But that person would just be an average everyday person. Now, if you compare like our old beauty icons, that used to be like, oh my gosh, that woman is flawlessly beautiful. Now it's like she looks like someone at the store. Like, you know, it's crazy. I don't want to do this stuff anymore. I just want to exist. I don't want to be beautiful. I don't want to be like, I just want to go outside and live my life and not have someone be like, wow, look at this person outside with hair and a ponytail and no makeup on. Look at this freak. But sometimes I feel like that.
I think the way you think is naturally sounds acceptable.
Okay, thanks.
It's too hard. I mean, I'm someone who's, especially if I'm gonna go out to meet other friends, if I'm like gonna dress really well, it's like, imagine being a woman. The amount of effort I put to look more handsome, it is really taking my time. It is really tiring.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I do it maybe 100 times for just to feel good about myself. Okay, because I like it, but for the 1,000 times, it just like feels, this is taking too much of my time. I'm trying to imagine like you have to do that every day when you have to go to work for a woman.
Yeah, I'm just like tired of it. Sometimes I feel bad though, because like I'll just be at home a lot and won't bother putting on a nice outfit or like doing makeup or hair or anything. I feel like I should try to be more attractive to my husband, you know? But then I think maybe...
It's like a conservative Muslim housewife now.
No.
I can't believe you said that.
Well, that's how I feel. But then I also think if we go on a date and I get all fancy, then it's going to feel special. So maybe it's fine that I look like a slob half the time. And I never shave my legs anymore.
Okay, I didn't need to know that.
Sorry. I didn't think it was that
I'm just kidding.
Personal. Well, I do, but I used to be obsessive about it. Like, no body hair. None. If you're doing a real girl shower, trying to make yourself exfoliated, God, I don't want to be fucking doing this shit every day. I have things I would rather do with my life. I want to spend time with loved ones and read books and not be so obsessed with looking this certain way. Like, I'm just fucking sick of it. I just don't care anymore. I feel like I've had this, like, just shoved down my throat all my life. Like, you need to look perfect, or not perfect, but, you know, beautiful and attractive and everything. And I'm just, like, so sick of it. I'm like, fuck it.
Well, like it or not, we are in this game.
What game? I'm not playing a game. I'm just trying to live.
You're still part of it.
Well, unfairly, a lot of things in life are affected by your looks. That's very true. That's just the world we live in. So you can't escape that. You know, people who are more beautiful, like, get more special treatment, better paid jobs. They did some study about men who are above a certain height with, like, great hair make a certain percentage more money. Crazy. If you look better, you have more advantages in life, sadly.
That's so true.
But I would never judge someone on just like how they look naturally is the thing. I don't want that to ever affect my opinion of someone. Okay, if you're a slob and like you have like grease stains all over your shirt, okay, that's different. That's like not taking care of yourself. But if you just are just a naturally ugly person, it's fine. Who cares? You know?
Yeah.
And some people are ugly.
Oh, you're saying something really big.
I'm just saying it's okay to be ugly.
I want to still be able to do this podcast next month, so
You don't think some people are ugly? You disagree with that?
No, what you might say, it might get us in trouble.
I don't see how me stating.
No, I'm just joking. I'm trying to be sarcastic about it.
Well, I'm not
Sometimes
getting.
You don't get my jokes.
I don't.
Sometimes, like most of the time, you don't get my jokes.
Because you're dry. Your dry delivery. I can't tell. Well, I'm also a very gullible person, so that's part of it too. No, but you're a very dry delivery.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
I get it.
We're supposed to be partners. We're doing this podcast together, and
what did I do?
No, I mean, someone who's listening to this is gonna say like, how these two like find each other. they don't really understand their jokes.
I do understand your jokes.
No,
but
you do. You don't find it funny. Maybe it's a bad joke. I don't know. But when you say ugly, I think there are like less people born ugly these days now. I think like people's looks altered. Probably. From the 50 years before, 60 years before.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm not like an anthropologist or anything like that, but yeah, maybe. People do look different, but who knows if that's nature or nurture, you know? Because we're growing up in different times too. So
you were saying accepting.
It's okay to be ugly. That's all I'm saying. Because the way you're born, you have to love it and accept it. Like there's nothing else to do. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Are you finding the perfect partner for yourself if you're an ugly person?
You have to find someone on your level. That's all. In Turkey, I learned this. They say like, oh, they match. This couple, they match each other. That's the thing to say. I think that's really nice to say like, oh, are suited for each other.
Oh.
I really like that sentiment, actually. Maybe it's a little fucked up. I don't know. If you find someone in your level, you're good. Not everyone should be dating like Brad Pitt, you know? It's okay. You could still find other people attractive. Just because they don't look like a Giorgio Armani model doesn't mean they're not attractive. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta find the right match for you.
Mm-hmm. That's really easy to find these days.
I feel like that one was sarcasm.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about is that new drug, Ozempic.
Never heard of it. What is it?
It's like a weight loss drug. All the celebrities are taking Ozempic now.
I mean, all of the celebrities, most of them are like really thin anyway. Why?
Once you start taking it, you can't get off it or your weight is just going to go back to the way it was before. So it's like you have to constantly keep taking this drug and it's suppressing your appetite. But yeah, they're all taking it to slim down. So I guess like being thin is still a really high important standard to meet. I just hope we're not going back to the days of like skin and bone models.
Oh, I think this is what you do. Psychologically, that's feed your stomach when you find somewhere to shelter and clothes. Other thing is like making yourself look better.
I guess you could just go off the grid. Just stop being compared to others. Just take your family and go live in the mountains. Your family's not going to complain, so there you go.
Yeah, and then what?
Unplug, offline.
Live with your family for the rest of your life?
Yeah. Live off the land.
How are you going to produce? Like, are we going to like...
You don't need to produce anything. That's it. That's the end.
I think the dangerous thing is how it affects the younger people, especially teenage girls and boys.
Yeah.
How they like feel body shamed or like feel ugly because of the side effect of these. Because not everyone has the time to look like some sort of a superhuman, you know? Or
the money.
Yeah. Most of the people are working paycheck to paycheck and live like, how do you say, middle class living standards. So
it's adding to their feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. You know what's crazy is like now that we're so image obsessed from social media, like I have so many more things I consider like flaws about myself that I didn't even notice before, like when I was younger. But now, like, having this image obsessed stuff like in my face all the time, I am like more critical of how I look. When growing up, I never really thought about it that much, but now I see a lot of flaws with myself. And I can only imagine growing up now. Sounds sad.
What is your hot take on this?
I just feel like I just see it getting much worse. I don't see like things changing. I just feel like people will continue to pick apart what is the next flaw you have that the beauty industry can have you buy a product to fix. You know, that's all I see is that continuing more and more extreme, more and more things they're going to point out that aren't the standard, and people feeling more depressed and self-conscious. I don't know. I mean, there's obviously people breaking off from this talking about how they're rejecting these societal expectations and going against that, but it's not really a big movement. These are just small movements. The overall trend is moving towards continuing this industry. I don't see it ending. I just really don't. I don't see it. I have no concept of it ending.
As long as like this standard of living continues, I think. Yeah.
We might see our standard of living really change in our lifetime. What is your conclusion then?
My conclusion is, I think you should find a balance. You shouldn't go extreme. I still like sometimes feel ugly and my confidence has like taken a huge damage. You know, like I feel like, I don't know, I'm not worthy enough to like see myself in the mirror sometimes. I mean, I can't do anything about it. I still live. I still breathe. So
still got this face. So
still got this.
Nothing to do.
But yeah, I think I'm going to continue to be taking care of myself. I mean, on average, as a guy, I think I'm like above average.
Yeah.
When it comes to like, you know, using beauty products and...
Oh, I thought you were just saying looks in general.
No, not my look.
Like you're ranking yourself.
No, I'm not ranking myself by my look. I mean...
1 to 10, what are you?
Come on.
You see that all the time, like the man on the street interviews.
But yeah, I like taking care of myself, putting products on my face and feel handsome. But I don't go too extreme, you know. I actually don't have that much of time in a way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think trying to take care of your health is the best thing you can do, because health will always be attractive. Even if you don't meet like a certain standard of features or whatever, if you're healthy, humans are naturally attracted to health, actually. That's what you should... I feel like that's what people should focus their energy on, like mental and physical wellness.
And also, when I lose my hair, I'm probably going to get a hair transplant, for sure. I'm going to save money for that. I can't live without my hair.
Go Turkey.
Probably, yeah.
Elon Musk looks a lot better with his hair transplant, I'll tell you that. I looked at those before pictures. I was like, all right, I agree. You should have gone.
Right. By the way, when I say, let me get this clear, like when I say above average, not my look.
Okay, it's fine.
My like routine of skincare stuff. For a man.
For a man, okay.
All right, folks, that's it. I hope you liked this episode.
Go to our website, interculturepodcast.com, or find us on socials.
Let us know what you think about this.
All right, see you next week.
See you next time. Please follow us on social media. You can find us.
Sorry, I feel like you're like, please do social media, even though I hate it. Email us at interculturepodcast@gmail.com or follow us on social media at interculturepod.